All right. Hello, you delicious tater tots. Welcome to the first episode of McDade Rants. Um, Now the only reason I am doing this live is because it makes the videos be able to be longer instead of my phone's capacity only being able to reach maybe 20 minutes if I'm lucky. Anyway, McDade Rants is a new podcast that I am thinking of doing. I might have a guest star each episode and we'll talk about things that we both like and agree on. That being said, uh, I have three topics to discuss today. Uh, One is I have my uncle here. His name is Cody. He's been on my channel before in a Thanksgiving video that I have posted on my channel and one that he's posted on his. He's been in a live stream of mine, a weather video, and I've been in his weather videos. So whenever he gets on, we can go ahead and start our discussion. Alrighty, he is here, so once he unmutes his mic, we can get ready.
Okay, can you show the screen the other side? Sadly, I have a breaking news from this situation.
Yes. So as some of you may know, and some of you may not know, we recently had a death in the family on my father's side. It was my great grandmother, Cody's grandmother. Um, she passed away Wednesday, and the whole family is trying to deal with her passing. So, my form of grieving, no, that's not the right word, coping,
Uh,
is,
can, can you
yeah,
do the picture?
yes, 1 second. All right, and that is a photo. So we are dedicating this live stream to her. Rest in peace. And yeah. So
Okay.
Cody, do you have any words to say about that?
Yes, I have a list on here actually. It's okay with you. I'm going to show this out for this family members of this sadly passed away. Actually passed away from my family members, my grandma. Sherry Holmes, her age is 78, of Winfield, Kansas, passed away Tuesday evening, June 18, 2022, at her home. Born on March 16, 1943, in Grant Bend, Kansas. She was, here, I will show the screen for you guys. Oh, let me zoom out for you guys. Uh, Hold up, guys. I'm have some difficulties. There you go. Born 1943 in Grant Bend, Kansas. She was the daughter of James and Jen Holmes. Um, I'm going to wait for him. Hey, can you see it? Oh, oh,
Yeah, I can see it fine.
okay. Grant, Jen, Udall. Okay. Okay. I'm going to skip half of it because it's a little bit long. As Sherry married Ray Holmes in 1962, the couple have three children and later divorced. Sherry works at the Winfield State Hospital and trains continued in where's that? Welton?
Um,
Is it William?
yeah, William Newton Hospital.
She was wise for LPN license for Burton County Community College and later went to work for Visits Care Homes. Oh wow. Okay. Should we skip half of this because it's kind of long?
Yeah, I think we just need to get the important kind of stuff about it because I really like.
Okay, let's do this then for a little bit from Sally when she passed away. There you go. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, it's not working. Tomorrow, if you go to this website up here, very bottom tomorrow, mobile services for Shelley Shelley L. Holmes that day, tomorrow, 2022. That day, January 2020 to 2022 at 2 p.m. Mental Filter service put into will take place at later date. Friday from 8 to 8 p.m. The family will greet friends from 5 to 7 that evening. Members have been available in Sherry's name of the Cali County Fire District 4 and River Cross a hospital that day, actually. This is posted out uh, March 16th. No, hold up. What day this posted out? Here is all the. No, that's not it. This is tomorrow, Saturday. Oh, Saturday, June 22, 2022, uh, 2 p.m. Meadow Fountain Services at 4001 East East 9th Avenue, Winfield, Kansas at 67156. Anything else?
I think that's it about that, which is why I think we should now move on to the main topic of this episode, which is dedicated to her. Cody, do you want me to introduce it, or are you fine with introducing the main topic of this podcast episode?
From that is the top one, like
I can go
the
ahead and mention what it is.
Okay.
So the main topic of this episode, I try to find something in common with me and every single guest on this show. Something I found out in common with my uncle is that we both watched the CW Flash show. He is, in fact, is the one who got me hooked on it. Thanks, Cody.
No problem.
But I thought it'd make a cool podcast episode to talk about how off the rails this show has gotten. It's gotten crazy out there, bro.
Yeah, lots of people is getting ready to watch it. Now when I watch how many views, 23.5 views already from that. Around 1 million views of that situation out there.
Yeah. So, I want to go ahead and say I absolutely loved The Flash. That's the key word there, is loved. Recently, and by recently I mean since season 3, the show has lost its charm, I guess is the word you might use. I think season 1 was a very good introduction to the character. Most people did not, pardon my French, give a crap who the Flash was. I mean, I did. I thought he was a cool superhero, but he wasn't up there with the ranks as Batman and Superman. And then the CW show came out, and that changed everyone's view of who the Flash was. And I think season 1, episode 1 is a really good pilot. We get everything we need across. Barry gets struck by lightning, becomes a superhero. He fights a villain who may seem powerful to him, but we already know in later seasons he's going to seem like a fly to him now. We get our side characters out of the way. We get the love interest in the form of Iris, who we're going to have a whole section talking about at some point in this video. We have her father, we have Caitlin, we have Cisco, and then we have Dr. Wells. And I guess the deputy, I forgot his name. He didn't play that. He became more important as season 1 went on. But season 1 mostly saw Barry dealing with the after effects of the particle accelerator explosion. For those of you who don't know, in season 1 of The Flash, Dr. Harrison Wells, one of the characters, powered on a particle accelerator, which malfunctioned, giving multiple people, not everyone, I almost thought it was everyone, but giving multiple people in that area superpowers. And season 1 mostly deals with Barry defeating them, while also trying to get the girl. However, it also deals with him being a forensic analysis. I think that's what he is. A forensic analyst, sorry. And it's mostly about him trying to find who killed his mother back when he was a child. Now, the person who killed his mother was a character by the name of Reverse Flash, who is Flash's main adversary in the comics, I'd say. Now, the plot twist, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen the full of season 1, the plot twist is that Dr. Wells, his mentor, is the Reverse Flash. He was trying to get him to his full potential so he could take everything away from him. I think season 1 works really well. Season 2, I think, kind of lost a bit of its audience, but I think it still worked incredibly well. This time, it follows the story of people just showing up with superpowers. No one knows where they're coming from until a new Dr. Wells from another dimension, yes, it gets a little confusing, shows up and reveals that they're all coming from his dimension. And then another Flash shows up, Now, again, spoilers for those who haven't seen the entirety of season 2, but the other Flash is in fact not the Flash, he's Zoom, who is the main antagonist of season 2. But I think those two seasons work really well together. Season 3, I think, is not as good as the first two, but it is still good, at least compared to what the show is now. I think season 3 started off very strangely. It started off with the whole Flashpoint thing, which I don't know about you guys, but at the end of season 2, it felt really out of Barry's character to do that. But then we were introduced to what's the British guy's name from Harry Potter? Anyways, he's playing some other detective who's worshipping some cult like speedster, and that's the main villain. And plot twist for season 3, for those who haven't seen it, he is apparently another version of the Flash that he created to defeat Zoom in season 2. So I think season 1 through 3 are really good. What do you think, Cody?
My experience of that situation, I love it. I love the detail of it. I love the detail. But here's the thing of the first season. I love the detail off of it. One point it hit the second season, it got a little bit too much detail into it, and add more stuff and make it a little bit like what's the example of it? Like a little bit too much into it. They
Yes,
need
it
to
felt like
take
I think they should have saved the whole alternate Earths thing for maybe season 3. I think season 1 and 2 should have been Barry figuring out his potential, and then season 3 is when they introduced the concept of multiple Earths. Because they just kind of threw that out there and kind of shocked some audiences with it. And I feel like if they did like more foreshadowing towards it, then it could have worked as a plot line. Um, but
but
then
my concern of the first season, I love it. That's okay. I love
yeah,
the point that he went back trying to figure out who killed the mother, figure
yes,
out who did it, and when he
and
did, he lost his mind a little bit. He do
yeah,
not know what to do because he's that is it Black Flash or something like that because he was dressed up like black because he's running so fast.
I think that's what Zoom ended up turning into. Um, which also the twist with Dr. Wells being the Reverse Flash, I think some people saw it coming, but I think it was really good. The Reverse Flash is still my favorite main antagonist of all 7 seasons I've seen so far. I know there are 8, but I haven't seen season 8 yet. Uh, but I do think that Dr. Wells slash the Reverse Flash is a really compelling antagonist. And like I get what Barry's coming from. It's like your father, like your stepfather, because technically Barry does have a father, and his father's in prison because the police think his father killed his mother. Since who's gonna believe that there was just a giant yellow flash killing them? Um, so Dr. Wells is kind of a replacement father figure right alongside Joe West, which is the name of the love interest's father. He's the chief of police. He's one of my favorite characters. But it's like learning that your stepdad is your main enemy. It's just crazy for Barry entirely, and I get that. But that brings me to the main point of this video. After season 3, the Flash got weird. I liked season 3's whole sacrifice of Barry going in through the space force, the speed force. That's what I meant. You know what I mean. Um, I really liked that. But the thing is, it was a really good sacrifice, and I knew they were going to bring him back, but they could have done it in a much better way. Season 4, him like speeding out of the speed force, and everyone in that bus getting powers. I find that just a little too campy, like a little too 1960s Batman, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that's here's the thing about that actually. When I saw that, I said, why the people on the bus have the powers? to do that stuff if they are civilians on the bus. Why they do that? My
Well,
second
yeah, that's
thing,
something I was confused about because when Barry ran out of the Speed Force, the dark matter gave them powers. But not everyone on that bus would instantly turn into a supervillain like the show tried to make you think. And it's weird because Elongated Man, he became a hero afterwards. He uses powers for good. But you don't see I don't know. You don't see that one chick who can make bad luck happen around her. She's using that for evil purposes. And I mean, of course, out of 12 people, there's gonna be maybe 1 to 3 people who instantly become criminals. But not all 12 of them would have become criminals. The only one I can think of that never wanted to be a criminal were the fiddler, the guy who could warp into glass, and the nuclear guy. But that's 4 out of 12. The majority of them became supervillains, which I find a little too disbelievable.
yeah, that's the only thing from that's stressed me out. How the bus driver got the powers. So first of all, if he was not
And
in the bus,
I don't think the bus driver got powers.
then how?
I'm gonna Google that real quick because I
Okay,
don't remember the bus driver ever getting powers. And
okay.
if he didn't, why did the passengers get the powers but the bus driver didn't? I am Googling right now who the bus driver is.
Okay, that's a one concern. If he does, and the civilians does with it too, that's a really too top and too much for the movie for that kind of the situation. For that, it's like it's too much. Why you put everybody like that one bus a superhero? Why put the end of it, and they don't have a superheroes?
Yeah, I think the only one who actually became a hero was Elongated Man. Everyone else either ignored their powers or became supervillains. And from what I'm reading here, there's no idea who the bus driver was. I don't know who the like now I
Did
do realize that the people who were on that bus were planned to be on that bus by the Thinker, the main villain of season 4, which Neil Sandilands, I am going to give him this. He did good as a villain. I think the perfect way to make a TV show villain is a villain you want to punch, but they're always one step ahead of you. Because, the Thinker, he knew Barry was going to investigate his home. He knew that was going to happen. But he let it happen so he could sue him or whatever he did to him. I forgot. And he knew exactly what Barry was going to do. He's like evil Doctor Strange. He can see every point in the future. But he wasn't as good as an antagonist as Reverse Flash. Then again, no one is. But he also wasn't as good as Zoom, which I can think of maybe one other antagonist that's as good as Zoom. Just kidding, no, I can't. I think Reverse Flash and Zoom are the two best antagonists, and after that, they just keep getting worse.
Yeah, did you heard about the last season they did?
No, I haven't watched season 8 yet, but don't spoil me if that's what you're about to
It's
talk.
really bad. It's like really bad. I'll let you know.
I guess that. Okay, but that's season 4 done with. And around this time, I also realized Iris became annoying. A lot of people are like, I don't like the We Are Flash thing. It's just it's promoting, it's being way too feminist and saying, hey, I can be Flash too, I'm a woman. That's not the point they were trying to make. They were trying to make the point that Barry needs to work as a team with the others. Not that, hey, women can be cool too, which they can. I mean, freaking Killer Frost is one of the best characters in the show. But I think a lot of people think the whole we need to work as a team is, hey, I'm just as important as you, which that's not at all what I think was intended with Iris's character. So,
Uh,
but even forgetting that part, I do find Iris to be very annoying past this season.
really quick, actually, about teams. The you watch it before right in front of me before that one season. I forgot the season was it. They was fighting something, and their partners is going compelled because of the back in the future.
I think I know what episode you're talking about.
Yeah.
Um, Wait, okay. Yeah, I think I know. Okay, we'll get to that when I get to season 5. Speaking
Okay.
of that, season 5 is the second most boring season. Uh,
And confusing.
Cicada's not a good villain at all. To be honest, I kind of forgot Cicada existed by the time season 7 rolled around. I always will remember Reverse Flash. I will always remember Zoom. I'll always remember Savitar. I'll maybe sometimes remember Thinker. I might remember Mirror Mistress, and I'm totally gonna remember Godspeed. I'm never going to remember Cicada. Like, Cicada was. I don't get why they made him/her. I don't know which one's the main antagonist. I think it's the she version. But I don't know why they made them the main villain and not another character that was in season 5. Like, I don't entirely remember all that happened in season 5. Ragdoll. Why couldn't they make Ragdoll the main villain? He's creepy as crap. You know who I'm talking about, right? The guy who can like twist his arm, like his body into.
Yes. Yes, I do.
That guy's terrifying. Can you imagine if he was the main villain of season 5? That would be cool. But no, they had to
Oh,
give it to Cicada, the least
yeah.
threatening villain of the entire show. Like, I'd be more scared of Captain Boomerang than Cicada. Freaking Captain Boomerang. Um, but okay, enough of me ranting about Cicada for right now. The fact that
Hey, your mic went out.
yeah, I realize that. I apologize. Um, so enough about me ranting about Cicada. I think I'm trying to remember who was the season 5 Dr. Wells. They have a different Harrison Wells every season. Oh, Sherlock, the Detective Wells. See, the fact that I even forget the Wells for that season is sad. Because Harrison Wells, old versions of him, there's a different version every single season. Harrison Wells is his actor, Tom Cavanaugh, plays so many different characters. But I always forget Sherlock out of all the Wells he's played. The only time I ever remember Sherlock is the fact that he has to keep correcting people who call him Sherlock. And literally, I think I don't think we have that much more to say about season 5. That's how forgettable this season is. There's not that much to say. What do you have to say about it, Cody?
So, season 5, the most confusing part is on season 5, actually. How he go back to future and they'll and back to the perfect time, but the friends is comparing because they got killed on a different place. That's what
Yeah,
confused me.
I don't exactly remember the episode, but I do remember fragments of it, and that is kind of confusing. I think I know what episode you're talking about, right? Is it the one where Nora has to keep going saving her teammates because Cicada keeps killing them on that rooftop?
Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of, Nora, the actress, is one of the best, but just as we were talking, I completely forgot she was in season 5. I noticed a running theme between the 8 seasons. There are 3 things that always happen. A main character usually dies at the end of each one. Uh, each one has its own main twist villain. well, sometimes it's on a twist, and each one has like this whole. Oh no, not the twist villain thing. Each one has its own wells, and each one has its own kind of thing that sets off all the villains. Season 1 had the particle accelerator, reverse flash, and then the main character death was Eddie Thawne, the detective guy. Season 2 had the Earth 2 particle accelerator, Harry Wells, who is my favorite, and the death that season was Barry's dad. Season 3 had the Savitar giving those people their powers. HR, who is a very entertaining Wells. I was sad when he died. And speaking of, that's who died that season. Season 4 has Harry returning. This one is the bus thing and the main character death. I realized when looking through the list of deaths, there wasn't really one. The one that I might give them will probably be Elongated Man, even though we got resurrected. But season 5, Nora passed, which is why I brought this point up. And the main kind of thing for season 5, I think, was like the whole exploding satellite thing. And the Wells that season, like I said, was Sherlock. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about season 5. Should we move on to talk about season 6?
Go for
it. Season 6 is the worst season. I'm sorry. It's so boring. The blood... What's the freaking guy's name? The guy who turns into Bloodwork, or whatever his name is. This is a long shot. I hate him more than Cicada. He is not at all an interesting character. I don't know how they tried to make him interesting, but to be honest, season 6, the first half was so annoying, I literally put it on as background noise. I did not like season 6's first half, because season 6 is split into 2 halves. The first half is the whole blood work thing. Second half is the mirror... keep trying to say mattress. Mirror Mistress. Eva McCulloch is more interesting than Cicada and Bloodwork. She's the... I guess I could call her the main antagonist of season 6. She can pull people in the mirrors, kind of like Mirror Master, who I think was a season 3 antagonist. But she could pull people into mirrors and trap them in a mirror dimension. Now, she was portrayed as maybe a hero, and then she became a supervillain. And that stretched out into season 7. I was confused why, but then I found out it's because everything. COVID. And COVID kind of made it where they had to complete season 6 at the beginning of season 7. And I realized that also with there not really being a main character death in season 6. And then I realized the death was supposed to be every single Wells. But the thing is, that moved into season 7. But I still count that as season 6's main death. Carver, I think, is a good human antagonist. The CEO guy whose wife was in the mirror stuff, that guy. I liked the whole story with Iris trying to figure out what he's doing. And then season 7, I remember I was not ready for it. Season 6 was such a letdown that I really did not want to watch season 7. That's how bad season 6 was. But the moment it came out on Netflix, I talked to my friend Eli and was like, yo, bro, season 7's on Netflix. I'll go ahead and watch it. See if I like it. It's an upgrade from season 6, definitely. And 5. I think season 7's the closest thing we'll have to what Flash was before season 4. And I liked season 4. I'm not saying that it ruined the show. I'm just saying from that point on, it started getting worse. Literally, if you hear me rank the seasons, I probably go season 1, season 2, season 3, season 7, season 4, season 5, season 6. I really hope season 8 lives up to my expectations of a final season. Because, to be honest, I think the show deserves a good final season. From what I've heard, it started with a bang and went out with a whimper. I really hope that's not the way with me. Everyone has their own viewing experience. Season 7, I really liked the whole other colors shooting into people thing. And liked all the villains being revealed with that. Psych, the guy with like the purple Chinese mask, you know the guy I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
I liked him a lot. He was so... I liked his comedy. Him, Fierza, and then... what was the guy who could like slow down time around him or whatever his power was called?
I know you're talking about. What's his name? It's like one of those off of the.
Here, I'll just go to the Scream Wiki. I know what his first name was.
It's like off of a Batman thing.
Hang on, I'm trying to think about what his name was. I was thinking the turtle, but that's the old man from, I think, season 4. Alright, I'm searching it now. Come on. Oh, there we go. Okay, season 7, The Flash. Wait, let's see what his name was. Oh, and I kind of forgot Godspeed was in the whole, like, season 7. I think they should have saved him for season 8. He seemed like such a threat, and they took him down so easily. Oh, he didn't... Okay, this guy didn't have a villain name. Dion Owens, that guy. The Time God is...
I have
I
a
guess.
question really quick.
Yeah.
Who is Angel?
Who?
In the chat.
You're talking about... But
Angel, it's in the chat. You can go to comments and you'll.
Yeah, it was a scammer bot thing.
Okay, I want you to make sure.
Yeah, I'll just block those comments. But, yeah, season 7, I think, from my memory at least, I watched them all in a night. I might have been not thinking right, but I actually like season 7. But I really think they need to save Godspeed for another season, but now I know that's not going to happen because the show's over. But that's my perspective on the... Hello. That's my perspective on the whole Flash thing.
If you want, you can give me admin. If I see a bot again, I will give it away because I have my idle chat thing. My iPad open.
So that's mostly what I have to say about the Flash. The Flash has gone bonkers, basically. I'm gonna watch season 8 the moment it comes out on Netflix. It might already be out. I don't know. I haven't opened Netflix in a long time. So do you have anything to add on that?
No, so far, but I have a new upgrade from this situation. Last time, me and him been on this before from this live stream. I used to be on a iPad and only a mic. Now this time I'm using a really nice mic now, a good computer, and a camera. I'm not doing a face cam yet, just because this is a broadcast for this out the movies and other stuff. If we do another broadcast, good.
McDade Rants is the name of this podcast. It's mostly just going to be me talking, so if you like to hear me talk about stuff I'm really passionate about, that's mostly where to watch this. Next weekend, I'm going to be with my friend Kyler, who you guys have, I think, only seen in one of my videos, where he ripped tape off his arm. We're going to talk about whatever he wants to talk about that we like to have in common, and that's it. So Do you have anything else to say about Flash? And there are other shows set in this universe. It started with the show Arrow, which I have still yet to watch. Anyway, do you have anything to add on to that?
Not really.
All right, so that was episode 1 of McDade Rants. Goodbye, you delicious tater tots. See you in the next video. Bye, guys.